Welcome back, I'm Tyson, and I spent way too long doing some research on a movie that's about to become way more important than you think. Here's the thing, Spider-Man. Brand New Day comes out next month, July 2026, and the deleted scenes from Far From Home, they might actually tell us where Peter Parker is headed next. You may be asking, wait Tyson, that movie came out 7 years ago. Why should I care now? Because Marvel has been planting seeds this whole time, and one alternate ending in particular changes how we see the new film. Let me explain where this information comes from. The writers Chris McKenna and Eric Sommers talked about a version of Far From Home where things ended very differently. Also, there's a short film called Peter's To-Do List that was cut from the main movie. Most fans never saw it, but I did the grunt work so you don't have to. And here's what I found. The biggest clue is street level crime. In the deleted scenes, Peter takes down the Manfredi crime family in New York before his Europe trip. No drones, no elementals, no Mysterio, just Spidey being a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Someone asks him, you gonna be the next Iron Man now? And Peter says, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs. I love that line. It feels exactly like the ATM criminal scene from Homecoming. Small stakes, personal. Real, that scene got cut because the movie needed to get to Europe fast. Director John Watts said they trimmed all the New York stuff so fans wouldn't get bored waiting for the elementals. But here's why I'm not completely convinced that was the right call. Brand New Day is officially bringing Spider-Man back to his street level roots. Fighting crime bosses like Tombstone and Kingpin. No more Iron Boy Jr., no more globe trotting. Just Peter Parker in Queens barely making rent, so those deleted scenes from Far From Home, they feel less like cuts and more like a sneak peek at the tone of the 2026 movie. If you kind of squint at it, you can see the blueprint. Now let's talk about the alternate ending, because this is the part that gets me. In one version they considered, Peter keeps his identity a secret from Mysterio. No worldwide reveal. No Jonah Jameson blaming Spider-Man for everything. Just Peter going back to being a normal kid. Here's the thing, they didn't use that ending. Instead, Mysterio leaked Peter's identity to the whole world, and then Doctor Strange had to erase everyone's memory in No Way Home. So now in Brand New Day, MJ and Ned don't even know Peter exists. That's not a happy ending, that's tragic. And those deleted scenes from Far From Home where Peter buys MJ a necklace and hangs out with Ned, they hurt to watch now, because that version of Peter is gone. He sacrificed his friendships to save the multiverse. Let me show you what I mean. There's a deleted scene where Peter sells his old toys to afford the Black Dahlia necklace. Among those toys are vintage Star Wars figures that belong to Uncle Ben. Peter gets emotional. He doesn't really want to sell them, but he does it anyway because he likes MJ. In the final movie, he just has the necklace. No explanation, no sacrifice. That scene was cut for time. But now, it feels like a eulogy for the Peter who could still have a normal life. I really do not buy that Marvel planned all of this from the beginning. That's not how movies work. Scripts change, directors leave, actors get sick, but I do think they knew where Peter was headed. A lonely hero, a secret identity, a street level life, and that's exactly what Brand New Day is promising. So here's my skepticism list. Numbered, because that's how my brain works. 1. Deleted scenes don't always mean foreshadowing. Sometimes a cut is just a cut. The Manfredi fight was cool, but it didn't move the plot forward. I get why it's gone. 2. Marvel changes plans all the time. What they considered for Far From Home might not connect to 2026 at all. Remember when they said Kang was the next big bad? Yeah. 3. We haven't seen Brand New Day yet. For all we know, the movie could go in a completely different direction. Peter could get his memory back in the first 10 minutes. I hope that's not true, but it's possible. But here's why I'm still hopeful. The people making these movies are smart. They know fans love callbacks. And showing a deleted scene from 7 years ago that accidentally matches the new movie's tone, that's free marketing. Disney is not going to ignore that. Also, Tom Holland has said in interviews that he wants to play an older, more grounded Peter Parker. No more high school, no more Stark Tech, just a guy in a hoodie trying to do the right thing. That's exactly what the Far From Home deleted scene showed us. A Peter who didn't need drones or Edith or a private jet, just his wits and his web shooters. Look, I want this franchise to succeed, but I'm also skeptical when I hear fans say everything was planned from the start. That's usually not true. What is true is that Peter Parker has always worked best when he's struggling, when he's alone, when he's broke, when his friends don't recognize him. That's the version of Spider-Man that made us fall in love with the character in the first place. Sam Raimi knew it, Mark Webb knew it, and I think John Watts knew it too, even if the studio wanted bigger explosions. So what do I think? What would I tell you to do? Watch Peter's To-Do List before seeing Brand New Day, not because it's essential, but because it shows Peter at his happiest, fighting small crimes, buying gifts for MJ, being a kid, and then walk into that theater next month knowing that version of Peter is gone, maybe forever. There's also a moment in the Far From Home deleted scenes where Peter picks up his passport, no years on it, no birth date, no expiration, just a blank space where time should be. That was probably to avoid endgame spoilers, but now it feels like a metaphor. Peter Parker is stuck, no past, no future, just a floating kid in a spandex suit. Don't be surprised if Brand New Day leans into that. A Peter who doesn't know who he is anymore, a Peter who has to build himself from scratch. That's way more interesting than another CGI Skybeam. Now let me ask you something. Do you think Peter and MJ ever get their memories back, or is Marvel done with that relationship? Because here's the thing. In the comics, Brand New Day was a reboot after One More Day, where Peter made a deal with Mephisto to erase his marriage to Mary Jane. Fans hated it. It took years to fix. The movie probably won't go that dark, but the emotional wound is the same. Peter lost the people he loved and he can't get them back. If Marvel follows the comics, MJ might not remember Peter for a long time. Maybe never. That's heartbreaking. But it's also great drama. So here's my prediction. Brand New Day will be small, street level, personal, Peter vs Kingpin, Peter vs Tombstone, no multiverse, no cameos. Just a guy in a mask trying to survive. And those Far From Home deleted scenes, they'll feel like a goodbye to the Peter we used to know.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I want to buy a girl I like something really nice.
Huh. Hope she's worth it.
Actually, can I keep the logo? Thanks, yeah.